Hello, it's Nikki. How you doing? I hope you're having a great day. Today I want to talk about pricing, about packaging, but really about transformation. I think in this age of the internet and books and podcasts and information wherever you go and inspiration wherever you go, it can be tempting to stay in, I was going to say first base, but I'm like, where am I going to take this now? But basically in a holding area of consumption, of taking it all in. And you know that I'm really passionate about transformation and what are you actually going to do with the thing to make it work for you, to make it move in the direction, to create that momentum. And as I've been looking at my own packages and services, I'm really interested in that. And I've really been doing a lot of work on my ideal client because I'm always striving for excellence. That's really, really important for me. I'm always looking to be better and to be current. And I never want to be one of those people who is not in the game with you. And you will hear this from my own conversations that I have on this podcast, that I am really passionate about doing the work. I am the first person that if I'm asking somebody to do the equivalent of, right, kid, we've got to get in the water and we've got to get our head underneath and we've got to actually do this, I'm doing it with you. Like I'm going through all of the situations as well. And I'm never somebody from that distance going, okay, love, yes, off you go. Let me just sit back and enjoy you doing that. No, absolutely not. I'm always looking at how I can be better. I'm always learning. I'm always tweaking and changing and absorbing and flipping things around and all kinds of things. So when I'm looking at this going forward, and when I'm looking at my pricing, when I'm looking at my packaging, in the back of my mind, this question always comes up of how can I provide the best result? How can I provide and support the biggest transformation? And as I've been thinking about this, it's not necessarily about doing things one way. Because I know that somebody can listen to this podcast because I get messages on a daily basis of, oh my gosh, Nikki, I did the thing. And I listened to that episode that was 7 minutes 44 and I've actually done it. And I've said no. And that's it. And I've closed the door and off we go. And equally, there are some times where I have clients that have done all the things. They've done the online courses. They've listened to the podcasts. They've read the books. But what they actually need is to be in the room, is to sit down and to have that space being held. They need to have that day where they put on their best clothes, whatever that version is for them, and they show up and they mean business. And they go, let's do this. Let's do this. And I love, love, love that point, especially when I meet people face to face. When I sit down and I see them come in, I'm clicking because they have that snappy, yes, hi, Nikki, great. What we drinking? What we doing? Right, let's start with this. Or equally, I love it because we will have had our pre-work session as well of going, this is what I want to focus on, but can we start here? Or I was thinking this, this, and this. Let's do that. And I love that gear change where people say, yes, okay, I might be scared. Yes, I've never done this before. But actually, the energy is not of fear. It's of, let's find a way. Let's do this. And so I'm really, really pleased to say that I'm going to be bringing back more of my one-on-one sessions. Now, this is not to say if you've been working with me over Zoom, like it hasn't been effective or anything like that, because I know that I personally have worked with many coaches all over the world, and the fact that they're in America and I can be here and I can make that work in a time zone, great. I absolutely love that. But I'm talking about those shifts, and I want you to look at your pricing menu as well, of where do you need to raise your game? Where do you want to get out and about? How can you be part of somebody else's transformation? And therefore, what do you need to do? How do you need to make those shifts going forward? And I know as well, I love to see the whites of somebody's eyes. That sounds really creepy, I'm sorry. But I love it when they have that sense of a change of facial expression in a way. When they suddenly look up at me and they have that moment of, interesting. And there's that layered moment of all kinds of different thoughts and feelings and possibility. And it's just a really glorious thing. So if you are interested in some one-on-one sessions or I basically have a small plate and a big version of this. If you go to my strategy session section on nikkiraby.com/coaching with Nikki, you will see the different options there. And I want you to think about how it would feel to create the time, the space, and the commitment to seeing what's possible. I want you to imagine yourself exploring the creative process and watching the ideas flow rather than going, oh, that sounds like my washing machine. All right, I'll put the next load on. I want you to think about that clarity that you might get of, oh, I know what it is. I now know what to do. And also that sense of that newfound confidence of, bloody hell, Nikki, I might actually be able to do this. I could pull this off. Like, this is not as hard as I thought it might be. And also leaving that transformation, knowing that you know what to do next. So how many times have I sat down, and this is when I know I need support or I need to, shake things up, basically shake my tail feather, when I've sat down at my desk on a Monday morning and gone, right, what is it that I'm building? What am I doing here? And I want you to think about how you can support your clients further, knowing what you know about their circumstances. Because you will know your ideal clients better than anyone because you've probably been your ideal client. Or I want you to go back to those times where you started to learn those skills. So if you were a coach, how did that feel when you learned the power of goal setting? How did it feel if you were a graphic designer and all of a sudden you used a brand new piece of technology and you're like, oh my goodness, I can do X, Y, and Z? Really lean into that transformation that you have because it's hugely valuable. Equally, not all of your work does need to be face-to-face. There might be something that you need to create that is actually listened to while somebody is on the walk, whilst they're thinking about something, that they can have it in their car, whilst they're driving their kids to school, whatever it might be. Really go back to that transformation. How can you do what you want to do and do it with excellence? If you are interested in booking a one-on-one session, I would absolutely love to see you. They're going to be in central London and we always tend to do them at very fancy locations as well. So if you're interested, do get in touch with me. Probably the best thing to do at this stage is to email me hello@nikkiraby.com and ask about availability, and I'll be able to send you some dates and have a really good think about what would be most valuable. I don't do a one size fits all, so I'm never going, right, on the minute 12, we then move into X, Y, and Z. No, this is about you and how you want to use the time. So I have the big plate and the small plate strategy sessions. You could also book a monthly package or you could book an all-day session with me as well. And we always have a nice lunch and, a cocktail to finish, whatever it is that you want to do. So I'm sending so much love. Have a think about that transformation, not only for you, but for your clients as well. And let's do this with excellence. All right. Thank you so much for listening. As always, please rate, review, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next episode.